Broadcasting from somewhere in the Hollywood Hills.
You have arrived. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
We are available on iTunes. You can check us out on the web at infinitedancecast.com. Each and every single one of our episodes are free and available to download online for your listening pleasure.
And it's pleasurable. Isn't it? It's so pleasurable.
Well, episode 95 has been a long time coming. June 22nd was the last time the airwaves heard our wonderful voices.
Well, I'm telling you, it's worth the wait. You know, you got to build that anticipation, that love, that want, that need.
Yeah, absolutely. For podcasting.
Yes. And for the guest that we have today, it's perfect.
Devin Jamieson.
I mean, come on.
I've been excited to get this guy on. I'm excited for you guys to meet.
It only took 95 episodes.
He's in high demand. He's in high demand.
High demand.
So we're going to talk to him a little bit later. Fantastic dancer, phenomenal mind creatively. Yeah. And we're excited to pick his brain. Also, we have a huge announcement coming up at the end of the show. Huge.
It's so big.
So be ready for that.
We're going to save it for later.
Yeah. What else we can go with? So how you been the last 3 months?
I've been good.
I really haven't seen you that much.
Well, we did spend most of August together. Well, kind of, I guess.
So I guess so.
We have, but not.
Yeah, on and off.
On and.
You've been well?
I've been so well.
Ooh. I learned that you're not supposed to say, you've been good. Apparently that's not correct.
I've been well because I've health and wellness.
Oh, good.
I don't know. Oh, good.
Oh, that sounds,
good.
Oh, that's very well of you.
That's very well of you. Yes, no, very good. Just see, very good.
Very good.
Very good. Very good. Traveling. You know, teaching and lots goes on in the summer.
Yeah.
And then into the fall because everybody's gearing up for their dance years.
Yeah. And we had fun time.
Dance
Teacher Summit was fun.
Dance Teacher Summit was a blast. A knockout of the park.
We had the Halil brothers of the Chicken and Pita right outside of 53rd and 8th Avenue.
That was the best night ever.
53rd and 6th Avenue?
Grant and
Janae. Yeah, that was fun.
It was. We really had a good time.
We sure did.
That was fun.
Yeah, it was an exciting summer. I don't know what else. I lost 23 pounds.
You lost a baby.
Yeah, well, 15 of those...
You lost a person.
15 of those pounds were emotional. The other 8 were just like pizza and hamburgers.
Pizza and hamburgers.
But I've been turning up the cardio, so that's good.
Yeah, well, and you're very consistent.
I was trying to... And
you don't have to turn it up. You're just running it up.
Running it up, baby.
Running it up.
I'm doing the elliptical now. I feel like a girl. But I remember what you said to me before the summer. You go, the road's going to break you. That's what you said.
Darn it. I totally missed it.
Yeah.
That's okay. Because you found a different, you were happy.
I am happy.
So it changed.
Yeah.
See, before you were trying to do it, but you were
angrily.
A little bit angrily.
Now I eat clean, lift dirt.
You're going to go back and listen to some of the old podcasts and go, man, I sounded angry there.
I sounded like...
Because you're really happy.
You know, our podcast audience sure has gone on a journey with us the last couple of years.
Because when did we start? What year?
Well, I don't remember. Janae, what year did we start? Oh,
what
she's not here?
What was that?
I don't think she's here.
She wouldn't hear it all the way from Tulsa.
Well, we had J. Sam on in March of 2012. That's as far as my iTunes
So we must
goes.
have started in 2011.
Maybe so. It was right after The Thing.
The infamous incident. The incident.
The infamous incident.
Infamous incident.
So, but it's all good. I mean, I think that in hindsight, the entire journey of this podcast has been fantastic thus far.
I love it.
Isn't it great?
I'm ready for another 200.
Oh, man. That's gonna take us 25 years at the rate we do this.
We'll be hey, Nick, what are you doing?
How do we plug in the microphone? I don't know why I'm talking like an old Jewish lady. Does that sound like an old Jewish lady? That was kind of not right.
No, that was okay.
Whatever.
Who knows what you'll sound like.
So what else? You been dancing and stuff?
Yeah.
What's going on?
I have. Well, of course I have.
Do we dance anymore? Do we dance? Do you dance?
I don't dance. I do dance. Of course I do.
What are some of the cities you've been to in the last couple of weeks?
Well, I did Kansas City with Flow 40.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was nice. That
was nice. And then I did I just got back from Tulsa.
Free plugs.
And I was in Houston, and then this weekend I go to Lafayette. Next weekend I go to New Orleans.
Okay, now let me ask you something. Are you afraid of Ebola?
No.
No.
I do want people to be quarantined.
Yeah.
But Yeah.
My mother sent me a thing that said, Nick, wash your hands a lot, especially if you go through Dallas. Because that's where the Ebola is.
I know, but...
I said, there's a lot of evil in Dallas, Mom.
There is.
There sure is, isn't there?
There sure is. That's true. But those planes are going to a lot of different places.
Yeah, I mean, if we're going to get it, we're going to get it, right?
Yeah, and we have a different immune system.
Yeah, we sure do. But I have found myself not shaking other people's hand. I've been giving daps a lot.
Yeah, is that...
Yeah. Like boom.
It's
boom.
like a fist pump.
Yeah. I got a chance to work on Heart of Dixie not too long ago in an undisclosed episode that I'm not allowed to talk about because I get in real big trouble. But no one was touching anybody's hands there. Even like during the partnering part, they put their arm around them, but with the fist. They wouldn't touch each other because of the Ebola.
Wow.
Well, we're in California, man, but I drink a lot of like beet juice, so I think I'm gonna be okay.
What does that mean we're in California? Does that mean we're going to get it?
No, we're healthy. We're good. Our immune systems are awesome.
Yeah, people are not touching each other?
Yeah. This is awkward, isn't it?
No, that's really interesting because, well, that's the problem with a mixed message, isn't it?
Yes.
Because it's not all coming, oh, here we go.
Well,
here we go.
The moral of the story is when you're in dance class, you're touching the floor, just wash your hands after.
You're touching a lot of things.
You should always do that.
Hey!
Be licking Ebola. All right, Desiree, what do you got in the mix?
Oh, in the mix, I like it.
Isn't that
you're helping me out.
in the work.
No, you're helping me out.
Oh.
Well, my first in the mix.
Yeah.
I just did a number at Chapman University. It was really cool.
Okay.
It's I had 12 singers. And then 4 dancers.
Okay.
And it was Old Black Magic.
Oh.
So it was really old school, like, big band. It was awesome.
Cool.
Had to choreograph all the singers, who are fabulous, the 4 dancers, and create a number out of that. And that was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
It was a lot of fun. Love that university.
How long did you work with them for?
I just had one night. You just set it in a night, and the show is this weekend.
Cool. And are any of these aspiring? I guess they're all aspiring to be professionals.
They are all aspiring, yeah.
Did you crush any of their dreams and tell them they're not going to make it?
No, they liked me a lot because, I have a lot of jokes.
Good cop.
I'm a good cop there for sure.
You go up to Chapman a lot with them. You got a good relationship with
I do.
That's cool.
It's a great school.
And are they pretty good dancers?
Yeah. I had great dancers, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
Like on a scale of 1 to 10, like what are they?
Orange County.
They're Orange County.
They're 11.
Oh, wow, that's good.
I mean, they're good.
They got some really like Louis Vuitton jazz shoes.
They're serious. Like, you're like, yeah, you've been training in Orange County a long time.
Cool. So when are they performing that?
Friday night.
This Friday night, are you going?
Halloween. I can. I'm out of town.
Where are you going?
I'm going to Lafayette.
Oh, I see. I'm just bringing it full circle for you.
Thank you.
Gonna get some. Oh, it's.
You're making sure I'm telling the truth is what you're doing.
It's oyster season, isn't it? Yeah, it's because if the month has the letter R in it, that means oysters are in season. It's October and November.
So I should go to Drago's when I go to New Orleans the following weekend.
Yeah, go get some charbroiled oysters, baby.
You know it.
I wish I could eat some fried food. I don't do that anymore.
Now you can roast them though.
Yeah, roast them.
Roast them. Brings out the flavor. Nick,
what?
What do you have going on in the mix?
Well, I just got a chance to do a really cool movie with Hulk Hogan and David Hasselhoff and Kim Jong from Hangover. And it's called Celebrity Death Pool. It's a WWE Studios film. When I went to WrestleMania 30, I auditioned, and then all of a sudden they showed up at my house last month, and they said...
Wait, hold the phone.
Yeah.
You've been waiting to tell me this.
They showed up, and they're like, dude, you got it. And I was like, what? And then I showed up on set. I got to act with Hulk Hogan. I had one line, which was a cuss word, which is fine. And I got to jump out of an airplane. Well, it was a fake airplane. It was like a movie airplane. But they didn't want me to jump. They said, you're in SAG. There's too many rules. And I said, and Hulk looked over at me. He goes, just do it, brother. And I was like, forget SAG. I'm jumping out of this thing.
I'm jumping. And if I can't use the health insurance, that's okay.
Yeah, it's fine. Because, man, Hulk Hogan, like, if he tells you to do something and gives you advice, just do it. You know what I mean?
Okay, tell me a little bit quickly. How did this happen? You went to...
I auditioned at WrestleMania.
I know,
an open casting call.
I mean...
And I was like, I can't get any auditions in LA. I may as well go in Louisiana. And all of a sudden, I got it. And Hulk on set was so cool. We got to chat. We got a couple of mutual friends. And he was like, dude, let's take a picture. Hey, Jimmy Hart, Mouth of the South, was there. He's like, Jimmy, get in here. Let's take a picture. He's one of us. He's one of us.
Oh, my God. All your dreams came true.
I just about flipped out. Now, granted, I was wearing like a helmet, so you can't even really see my face, but I don't care, man. I got to stand next to Hulk when he hulked up, and be looking for that movie. Don't know if it's going to go to theaters or DVD, but at any rate, it was an exciting experience. Nick. And I got to act with Hulk Hogan, my childhood hero, and my hero today, too. He's a great guy. So, yeah.
Amazing.
We'll be right back with Devin Jamieson, Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
App Gravity is the fastest, most powerful way to search for Android apps. Getting started is easy. Simply enter the name of an app, and in just one tap, you're ready to install. Feeling adventurous? Search for something broad, like productivity or travel, and use our filters to personalize your search, helping you find exactly what you need. App Gravity is the search engine that puts you in control. It's no wonder the next web said App Gravity is like a better Google search for Android apps. App Gravity, delivering the fastest, most relevant app results.
Hey, welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDancecast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
Our next guest not only fulfills our Canadian relationship requirements for the month, but also, more importantly, he has the right to be here. Not just because of that little U.S.-issued paper in his pocket, but because of his approach and contributions to the dance world. But enough with politics. You've seen him in commercials for Barnes & Noble, Microsoft, Bounty. TV credits include The Smurfs, Jimmy Kimmel, Ellen, the Grammy Awards, the Super Bowl with Usher, and the VMAs with Florence and the Machine. He has performed with Hilary Duff, Britney Spears, and perhaps most notably, the Michael Jackson This Is It tour. Yeah. Alongside that mouthful of resume gold, he travels internationally, teaching all over the world, and is ready to seek out the best vegan restaurants in any given country at any given time. Should he start a food blog? Is he a foodie? No, he's got no time for that nonsense. As of late, he spent much of his time behind the camera as a cinematographer, a DP, an orchestrator of the moving picture. Is this man ahead of his time? You betcha! Please welcome Devin Jamieson.
Oh, welcome to the show.
There's applause. You can't hear it right now.
Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you.
So,
Place applause here.
Dev is very talented. How old are you guys? Can we ask that?
I am 26,
26
for
years old.
another week.
26 for another week?
Yeah.
Well, we would sing happy birthday if we were good singers.
Well, we don't have the rights to the song, Desiree. We can't sing
true.
that. Dev,
Not enough money for that one.
You're quite an accomplished dancer. Would you consider yourself more of a tour dancer or TV film, or just kind of an all-around kind of guy? I mean, you're on the road a lot.
Yeah, I guess I would consider myself more the artist route. That's kind of what I moved out here for, to pursue. Yeah, so more tour dancing, music video, backup dance kind of role.
Now, this is interesting because Usher calls Dev every now and again.
Yeah.
And he's like, dude, I need you to go on tour. And depending upon if Dev wants to or not, if he's busy...
I might not want to.
He's one of these guys.
He's one of these guys.
I mean that as a compliment. It's like, it's nice to have Usher calling you.
Yeah.
Being like, dude, you want to go on a quick
Blowing
trip?
up
And you're
your
like, yeah,
digits.
okay, I'll go. Right? That's kind of a nice thing that
Nick's
not many
always
dancers-
wanted that in his life.
I mean, you danced at the rodeo in Houston Livestock Show.
Sure
rodeo,
did,
Usher.
yeah. Rexall.
Now, did you go on tour with him all over the country before? Or
Yeah, in 2011-12, I was on the OMG tour. That might be 2010-11, actually. Oh, geez, get the dates
you're
right.
losing your mind.
That's
I know,
okay.
I know.
That's
right?
okay.
But, yeah, that
so
was
much work.
That was a worldwide tour. We did Europe, we did Australia, we did North America twice.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was
fun.
it was a nice trip for sure.
Now, what's it like to work with Usher and his camp? What's the vibe in that whole deal?
I mean, from day one, it's always kind of been one of those camps that you've wanted to be on, and obviously Usher being the artist that he is, it's definitely a very fulfilling dance artist.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was lots of work, lots of routines, and but overall just a really great experience working with Ed Moore and Akmon Jones and Fly Styles, and now currently Jamaica is taking over the camp. It's full of awesome talent in the choreography department, and it's always a very fulfilling dance.
And I hear Usher's he's a hard worker, so it makes the tour that much better.
Yeah.
I mean, he expects the best.
Yeah, he's kind of, I think he's moving more towards the singing priority kind of route right now, just because, dance only lasts so long with the body, and you got to move on, and he's an incredible singer. His voice is just absolutely incredible, and his talent that he's shown on The Voice recently, just through his education of music, is what's really, I think, pushing him forward in his momentum for all this publicity and just his angle of what kind of artist he is. So I'm glad he's really pursuing his voice and being a lot more confident with, his music, getting back to kind of what he was at the very beginning.
Wow.
Dev's like cerebral. He's like the cerebral dancer.
Yeah, you watch him talk, you're like...
I know. He's like, dude, you're not just surface.
And just gold is coming out.
There's a lot more to it. So you had an experience. Let's talk Michael Jackson, if we can. The experience it was to be on the This Is It tour. And, of course, unfortunately, the events that occurred before the tour began. But, is that a dream come true for a dancer of your
How long was the process from when you got hired that you got to work on the project before, the inevitable?
Yeah. Well, the audition was in April of 2009, April 14th, actually. And
were you thinking you had any chance? Or did you kinda, because you knew some people? Or
honestly, I was really going in for the experience and not really expecting anything out of it because,
that's awesome.
Michael had his roster. He had his previous dancers and his tours that he'd worked with before. And so, yeah, I was just kind of going in for the experience. And luckily, I had a chance to meet and almost work with Kenny Ortega the fall before. Okay. It was a job that I was booked for, but it ended up getting shelved. And but it ended up paying off because I built that relationship with him, and it helped, kind of, I guess, get some type of pull in an audition of hundreds of dancers.
And Dev's an awesome dancer. You deserve to be on there, but it just goes to show you how big of a gig that is. You still got to have an in.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
It's
amazing.
And every job piles on every job.
Yeah,
totally. How you act on every gig.
Totally.
So did they go in? Did Kenny? He was orchestrating the whole deal, but did he kind of have an idea? Was the choreography already set? Did Michael work with him? What was the process? You know what I'm saying? Like this is
well, Travis Payne was also involved in the audition, and it was actually a really interesting audition because they ended up making one cut original at the very beginning, and then from there they ended up teaching the entire rest of the combination. It was about a 2-minute piece.
Oh my gosh.
And then sent us home, though, but never made a cut after they taught us the rest of the audition. So they sent us home and said, come back in 2 days for the callback because they're going to audition the girls in between. And, practice that up and get it all solid, ready for Michael on the Wednesday.
Okay, we're going to talk about what happened when Michael came back after this break.
That's right. We're Infinite Dance Cast. Stay tuned.
Flow 40 Dance Workshops is the nation's premier in-house dance experience. We come to you and offer dancers a personalized workshop in the comfort of their own studio. Build a customized schedule to best suit your student needs. Our faculty work in every facet of the entertainment industry. And now, for a limited time, Desiree Robbins is in the mix. Book her for your next workshop. We're available for booking year-round. Visit flow40dance.com or call 818-985-7005 for more information. Flow 40 Dance Workshops. Work hard, dance strong.
Hey, this is Mandy Moore from So You Think You Can Dance, and you are listening to Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
Hey again, welcome back. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
We are dance all day, every day, all the time. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago, or at Desiree Robbins.
We're here with the uber talented Devin Jamieson, and he's here talking about Michael Jackson and such.
And where can you follow him?
Oh, yeah, where we can follow him. That's what Desiree was doing with her thumb. She was like, say the thing.
Say his thing.
So you can follow him at Devin Jamieson, and that's DevinJamieson.
Oh, Jamieson.
Not like the whiskey.
Yeah, no, it's not quite.
Darn it.
On Twitter, at Devin Jamieson. At Devin Jamieson on Instagram, at Devin Jamieson. Where else?
I made it super complicated. Yeah, we had.
Vimeo.
Yeah,
Vimeo.com/Devin Jamieson.
Gotta check out and dance him.
Yeah, we're going to talk about all of his stuff soon. Well, I want to finish talking Michael Jackson.
Great cliffhanger.
Coming back.
Still hanging here.
Go
2-minute
home.
routine.
Work on it. Come back ready for Michael. This sounds like a 1980s
awesome.
audition.
I know. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's actually really cool because during that day in between, everybody booked studio space and was practicing for this audition. So you really couldn't get space anywhere.
Oh my gosh.
Everybody went home and was like, just super locked into getting
Paying
this.
people off.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh my gosh. So it's a 2-minute routine. Did you? Okay, I know I always got to ask this kind of question, but did you plan on wearing the same thing you wore the day before?
Entirely. That was from day one. I wore this bright red shirt, and it happened to be the only red shirt in the entire audition.
Nice. Yeah, 'cause everybody was. I bet it was in black.
Yeah, well, it was like kind of a gray palette for the majority of it, but I had this bright red kind of button up.
Love that,
Smart.
though.
Yeah.
That is smart.
You're like the guy in red.
Yeah.
That's a trick I learned from this convention growing up, Triple Threat, from Kelly Dory and Carolina. I'm just going to shout them out real
Yeah,
quick.
of course.
That was
Absolutely.
definitely a huge audition tip, is bright colors, and it paid off.
Very nice.
So, at what point in this audition process did you think, I got a shot at this? Like, I got a real shot? Or are you the kind of guy that always goes into an audition like, I got this?
I think in between that day off that we had, where we got to kind of marinate with the choreography and really get in the zone for coming back on the callback, that was the time, watching the videos and Dangerous Tour and History Tour and all these, and it really just kind of set the tone. And you have to go in there the next day on the callback really wanting the job. The first day was a feel out, you had to figure out where you're at, and then the second day was it really started becoming real.
Oh my gosh. How many people do you think were called back? So what kind of number are we looking at compared to the first?
I'd say maybe about a third.
Okay.
About a third of the people came back.
So only like 600 out of the 18.
So that's
Only 600, and we got down to how many? How many people were booked?
There were 6 guys from the audition.
Wow.
And then I believe 6 guys.
The other team?
It was yourself. Who else?
Well, because then there was a couple guys that had some contract issues. So then they ended up having to do another audition on the weekend and fill the slots that they couldn't.
Very cool.
I mean, these guys must have been kicking themselves.
Okay, then Michael walks in. This is exciting.
Did anybody
Because,
think?
come on, this is so
No.
iconic. It's the last time he was walking in.
Yeah,
That's true.
Oh wow, yeah.
I mean, were you
mean,
nervous?
It was one of those, where you kind of hear this hustle and buzz of the crowd, and everybody's kind of leaning over and whispering, and Michael's here, and he walked through the side doors. It was at the Nokia Theater, so it was at this massive theater.
Oh, wow.
It's not some studio audition.
Right.
And he walked in kind of just off stage right with 4 large security guys, and he walked in with this he had you could tell it was this long black shiny hair and this black trench coat and a cane. It was super pimp stash.
Right.
And it was just slowly one by one, you start tapping people and start nudging. Mike's here. It's just
Wow.
Wow. That's amazing. So nobody fainted.
Not that I know of. I
there you go.
think it was more frozen.
Right.
Oh my
More
gosh.
frozen people on stage.
Did you wait? You wanted to hear him talk, didn't you? Come on, you have to know you want to hear the
Well,
voice.
it's is this
Hey
real?
guys.
Right.
Jeez.
Well, I guess the amazing thing is even if you didn't get the job, you still got to dance in front of Michael Jackson.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty awesome.
cool.
Well, a
experience.
really close friend, actually, our key grip gaffer, special assistant, whatever
VIP.
have you, VIP of the set, Brian Marsh.
Yeah.
He was there right there with me all the way up until the very last cut.
Really?
And so he basically got to dance in front of Michael as well.
Dude, that's
Yeah,
awesome.
it was pretty incredible.
What a
experience.
cool experience, man.
I mean, that's incredible.
And the thing I like about you and really admire about you, Devin, is that you don't take anything for granted. I feel like you're very, like I said before, you're the cerebral dancer. I mean, you take in the moment as opposed to just the steps. You know, you don't just go boom. And I feel like you do a really good job of soaking in everything around you. You know what I mean?
It must be the artist part of you.
Yeah, and so to transition into your teaching all over the world, I mean, where are some of the places I saw you at the airport at 4 o'clock in the morning a couple of weeks ago, randomly. Here's Dev walking up.
So true, right?
Yeah, where are some of the places that you frequent the most, would you say, in Europe?
I'd say I go back to Sweden quite often. I do Germany, bounce around there. I've been to Australia a couple times to teach there.
Nice.
Yeah, so fortunate enough to travel around and dance.
Now, explain to our listeners at home and in the car on the 405 in traffic, who are these kids? Are they kids? Are they adults? Are they crews?
It's a range of everything. I teach, everything from 5 to 7-year-olds, and then all the way up until professionals.
That's awesome.
That's cool. So what is your favorite? So, okay, of all the countries you've been
Tough. question.
Who are the hardest workers, without throwing anybody under the bus, work ethic wise?
Hardest workers. It's interesting when you go over to Europe and anything specifically. I don't know. The whole mentality over in Europe for the hip hop world is just surpassing the States by far, just because they have, I feel like a deeper kind of core or fundamental respect for the craft. I mean, out here, you kind of have to follow where the gig takes you, so it's very industry led, and you have to kind of go. But over in Europe, it's kind of more of a training mode. Like everybody battles, and everybody has an understanding of the fundamentals of popping and locking and breaking and house and all this, and they train in those. So I find that just their mentality for a progress and a training mentality was is I think a little more lifted over in Europe.
Does that mean, or do you think, because I go there a lot and I do the technical side of, or jazz, they want more jazz, but is it because it's not so driven by the industry? They just really want to know the techniques and make the techniques right, so it's pure. It's not, hey, I'm doing this as an ends to a means, or whatever you say. Means to an ends? I don't know.
Either way, it's our podcast. We can say whatever we want.
I made a new... But do you think that's what it is? Because they are true to it.
Yeah, and also I think that...
They're not trying to get ahead. They're just trying to be good
Yeah,
at it.
it's more of a kind of a self-progression that they focus on. And, you're kind of not dealing with auditions and the politics and everything that's involved with the dance industry.
Does the same thing go with the history? Do they know their history?
Yeah, well, I think the actual workshops and teaching of that is more available over there now. Like in the States, you have industry type choreographers and artist choreographers that are teaching the classes out here, or massive, conventions that run the scene.
Yeah.
But over there, I feel like they have like all the originals and the battlers and everybody that's at the top of their game. It's almost more gratifying as a teacher to go over to Europe now.
Right.
Yeah.
That's cool, dude. Now, so does anybody, when you go teach, are they like, yo, Dev, can you come in we got a battle tonight. Can you be a ringer?
That'd be amazing.
What are the rules? What are the international rules?
What are the international rules?
That kind of steps out where I know too. I'm not too familiar with the battle scene. I'm definitely more the choreography scene. So I don't get too many of those. offers.
You would crush them, dude.
You'd crush
I mean, that's something I've always wanted to kind of explore, but there's only so many.
I'd be
hours
so
in the day.
nervous.
Yeah.
I would be thinking, I would be a stress ball.
Well, I mean, your style doesn't work with what they're doing over there, Desiree. You can't be doing pirouettes and stuff. They'll be like, who? Or they're like, I've never seen this before. This girl's awesome. You gotta get her on our crew.
Really. No popping, no
With
locking.
the dress and
Specialty act.
And what do you call those shoes? What do you call those lucha shoes or whatever? What are they called?
Lucha.
What are they called? The little shoes that you wear?
Well, I wear
Padinis?
Padinis.
Padinis.
No, not Dee-Dee's. It's not a woman. P-Dee-Dee.
I love to meet her.
That makes me happy.
So wow, this interview went off the rails. Sorry,
Hey, all right, I'm back.
So that's cool. Okay, I think that's an interesting point to make, that we have kids in America versus the kids in Europe. We got to step our game up. It's time.
They just get too many things handed to them.
Because you have YouTube, you have no excuse to not know history, right?
True that.
It's so easy. You don't have to go to the library. You don't have to look at Encyclopedia Britannica.
And somebody
Hey, Mom.
hasn't had to write a really long, boring book.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll probably read it though if they do.
Yeah, you're good at reading. All right, we're here with Devin Jamieson, Infinite Dance Cast number 95. We'll be right back.
Dance, league, conventions, and competition. Coming to a city near you. Register at danceleagueusa.com.
This is Kevin, and this is Marcel, and you're hanging out with Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
Hey now, welcome back. We are Infinite Dance Cast.
Dance Cast.
Pure dance, still dance, all day, every day, all the time. I mean, that just never changes for us.
95 episodes, and now you messed up the last segment.
I mean, make sure you call us. Make sure you call us. Make sure you look at us on Twitter at iDanceCast, at Nick Drago.
Yeah, make sure you follow us on
Desiree-
Foursquare.
or Google Plus.
Yeah,
I
totally.
mean,
Hulu, Google.
Just don't stop. Sorry.
All right, don't stop believing. So
Don't stop believing.
Okay, so we got Devin Jamieson.
He had me looking at The Neighbor. I mean, you really just threw me.
I know. I'm sorry.
Just kidding,
I'm trying
I
to
don't-
keep you on your toes.
Are you? Thank you. Thank you. I
Dev,
appreciate it.
so there is a certain time in every dancer's life when we must use the T word, transition.
Okay.
And
I was wondering what the T word was. I had a lot of things in my head like, where is he going?
Like tea, like actual tea.
Yes.
Drinking
Would you like tea?
I love tea.
Okay, what's your favorite kind of tea? And then we'll talk cinematography.
Jeez, I mean, I'm like a vanilla chai
Oh.
kind of guy.
Oh,
And he is a poet.
that's pretty good. You didn't even know it. What? Okay, the moment that you were like, okay, dance is awesome, but there's this other avenue that I enjoy. When did that happen for you? Like, how old were you? How long ago was it? How did that happen?
Well, actually, I purchased one of my first like 1080p cameras, like a little 7D back in 2009, and I just started shooting. And I think I've always enjoyed films and filmmaking and every aspect of it, and just being able to have your own camera and start shooting and editing and kind of, you know, roughing it and seeing how it works and just putting in the time like that, it kind of grows. And naturally over the course of, you know, the 2-3 years of doing it, I just felt that coming up, and the dance industry was going one way, and then this new interest was going another, and I just let it naturally take its course. And then the last year here, or 2 years, I guess, working with Another Good Sandwich.
Oh yeah.
I've heard of this company.
Dev is our resident and only cinematographer that we trust in the entire world.
It's all they got.
So, but, it's all they got.
It's
I
the
doubt
only-
that.
it's the only
I doubt that.
cinematographer.
But what do you think it is about choreographers, dancers, that they end up making such great cinematographers or DPs? Is what part of it is of the dancer is that? Is it the visual part? I mean, that's obviously there, but
Yeah,
you can be more enlightening than I can be.
The thing with filmmaking is it's a culmination of so many different arts, and you have to have a good aesthetic and a good.
Sorry, why not even?
Sorry, our mascot's going crazy.
She likes him.
Ooh,
She's gonna cheat on you,
Oh, she likes Dev. She's that Canadian blood.
right? Okay, sorry.
So,
Go ahead, please.
All right, we're back.
Continue.
all right. Yeah. No. It's filmmaking is you know it involves music. It involves rhythm, and it involves blocking and spatial awareness and
Pacing.
composition and growing up in theatrics. You know, you know what it feels like to be on stage with a certain feel of light. And how that applies to telling a story, and so I think a lot of the fundamentals carry over, and it kind of, you know, it ends up being one and the same, because you have to use so many kind of instincts that you would as a choreographer or dancer.
Right. And
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And Dev's very good too. And it's not, you watch your stuff and you're like, oh, you kind of make it look easy. You know what I mean? But it's not. It's like a skill you have to polish. You just got done. This dude's always like watching DVDs, reading, you just got done with a week-long seminar. And how was that? It
was incredible. Yeah, I was at the ASC masterclass, and it was just one of those I don't know, moments where it was kind of like the first time I stepped foot in LA out here as a dancer. You know, it had that same kind of excitement, and you know, you're very naive and very, you know, very green coming into it, but just
you're
having
open.
having that was really exciting, because I felt like dance, as much as there's so many avenues to pursue in dance, I felt like the one that I was on, I wasn't really learning anymore. And just being able to step into a field where you're totally brand new and you don't know anybody, and you kind of have to start, you know, paving the road, I guess, again, in a sense, like a second time around.
Yeah.
And doing that, you know, you kind of have the previous art form that you pursued as kind of a guideline. Is like, okay, well, you know, progress takes time, and, you know, especially cinematography, there's so many aspects to it, and you have to have, you know, right brain strength and left brain strength, and you have to be able to fight the battles between those two, and you know, it's going to take time. You know, it's something that, you know, these cinematographers in their prime, you know, you're 50 to 80 years old, and it takes a long time to do. So you kind of, it's nice to relax and kind of sit back and just pursue the art form a day at a time.
Right. Oh,
Very
that's
cool.
kind of nice. I like that. Pursue the art form a day at a time. We should get tattoos that say that.
Oh, well. What are you doing after this?
Well, you have a lot. Yeah,
What are you
let's go.
doing?
Let's hang out.
Really?
I got one more interview. We got one
What
more
font will you use? I mean, it'll be with you forever.
Well,
Oh, jeez. Oh, no. Yeah, we'll be here forever.
Nothing trendy.
Yeah.
Nothing trendy.
Well, so Dev and I had the experience of working on Commotion with Kenny Wormald and Misha Gabriel for their
Right.
deal this summer and put together. How long did the video end up being?
It's about a 20-minute video.
20-minute video. And
my gosh.
Dev, poor Dev, was like, didn't sleep at all. You know,
Because you guys actually edited it as you went, right? You didn't
Dev
come
did.
back. Yeah, you did
Well,
that. So
I
that's
mean,
why you didn't sleep. But you really
There's
had
a lot of
product
logistics
at
that
the end.
went on behind the editing that
Yeah.
Nick Drago was part of.
I gotta
guy.
tell you, but his stamina. I mean, it was like 4 days of like 16-hour days.
Sure.
I mean, I don't think I showered.
Awesome.
I mean, I might have.
We both were just we both just stared at you like.
I mean, that was
and
hard.
He's going.
Whoa.
Well, I
I
managed.
definitely showered."
managed that. I managed to shower.
Well, I totally showered. Oh man, it's hard, dude. It's
And
very hard.
where can the viewers see Commotion?
Is it on your YouTube page?
It is currently
video.
not, but I believe Dancerpalooza has a channel,
Oh, there
yeah.
you go.
Go to
and
Dancerpalooza.
it's on there.
Yeah, because we did the music video, and we did a bunch of little sketches and bits and stuff. Of course, I had Michael Riccio was in Canada being an artistic director for some
Yeah, he was
TV
off
show
doing
or
some
something.
cool thing. I
Yeah.
don't know what it was.
Wait, while you guys were doing that, so he wasn't involved?
Yeah, well, he was, but not like there.
He
in
would
the
call
city.
in.
He'd call in.
Make sure you did this.
Yeah, it's funny. Like if one of us
There you
is
go,
gone,
Riccio.
like we still are sort of involved, you know.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
the nice
keep
thing
it
about
moving.
this is we're all learning together, you know. And I don't think any one of us ever is too high on our high horse to say, "Oh, I messed that up."
Yeah.
We're very good about being like, "That was a mistake."
Yeah, well, I think the editing room tells us that every single time we go.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with that editing room because you know
We
that's
should
where you.
have done
That's,
it one more pass. And
yeah.
why didn't we do the tight?
oh man, yeah,
Yeah.
well, that's exactly it. And you know, you just be a huge critic, you know, for the rest of your life based on all the shoulda, coulda, wouldas.
But don't you think
Isn't that
all filmmakers
interesting?
go through that? I mean, even at the
Of course.
last-
Yeah, you have to be, and film is such an interesting thing because you never can really determine the final product because it always takes a life of its own.
Well, and
To a certain degree.
that's completely different than doing a live show. So you're on tour, you do a great night in, you know, whatever city you're in.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't have to look at that over and over. It's different.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, you know, it's film is, you know, it's the mirror of life. It's something that, you know, you have to just set it up as best you can and then capture it, and then those two elements working together, you know, multiplied together, create something totally new.
Now, do you enjoy shooting dance or actors more? Or does it matter to you? What's your preference?
I prefer both. You know, the classic dialogue acting gives me an opportunity to, you know, explore the technique of filmmaking that's been established for, you know, the last 100 years. And then with shooting dance, I can, you know, bring my own experience with dance to the table a little more to, you know, explore the possibilities with that.
Okay, so that being said, what's your like favorite dance movie of all time? And I'm not talking about from like choreography wise, but like a cinematography standpoint. And why is that your favorite?
Well, An American in Paris comes to mind really quick, just based on, I mean, Gene Kelly's, you know, his, I guess, just the way that he moves within the camera, and the camera can follow him and do all these elegant sweeps and moves, but I like how just back in the day, I mean, it's these long one takes of just straight performance.
Yes.
No
You know,
kidding.
it's just incredible. And then West Side Story for cinematography, for
So
actual
awesome.
cinematography is incredible. There's this film called Tango, and it's this cinematographer named Vittorio Storaro, and he is probably the best living cinematographer today. And just I don't know, the list goes on. I could probably
Yeah,
rattle
that's
off
okay.
a bunch.
Well, okay, what's your favorite movie of all time cinematography wise? Or you can give us your top 5 if you need to. or
Yeah,
something.
I mean that's pretty huge. I guess Road to Perdition is one of my favorites, but I think more so based on Conrad Hall. He's one of my favorite cinematographers. I mean, he did Cool Hand Luke.
Cool.
He's done American Beauty. Road to Perdition was his last film before he passed away. But Yeah, I'd say that off the top of my
All right,
head.
so go check that out, dancers.
Get
you
your
don't,
Netflix
You
on.
don't just have to be a dancer. You have to understand every aspect of filmmaking to be the best performer you can be. And that's what made a guy like Gene Kelly so successful.
Right.
Not just his dancing. He understood what happened behind the camera.
Yep.
True.
Okay, so real quick, everyone in Hollywood's connected to Kevin Bacon within 6 steps. Devin Jamieson, this is your life. You're in Bring It On Fight to the Finish with Christina Milian, who is in Man of the House with Tommy Lee Jones, who is in JFK with Kevin Bacon. Kevin Bacon number is 3.
Oh, jeez.
3.
In lieu of Kenny Wormald reviving the Rick McCormick role in Footloose, we're doing a Kenny Wormald number.
Yep.
You're in Bring It On Fight to the Finish with Christina Milian. That seems to be your common denominator.
Jeez.
Who is in Love Don't Cost a Thing with Lindsay Blarfarb, who is in You Got Served with Kenny Wormald.
Boom.
Kenny Wormald number is 3.
Except for, you haven't done anything on Another Good Sandwich?
Oh, I guess we can count that.
It's real.
We'll have to, yeah.
Yeah, you're going to have to go back and
I
work
gotta
that
go
one
back
out.
and do that. Dev, thanks for coming by.
Hey, thanks for having me.
You're awesome, dude.
Sure, thank you guys.
Look
back.
for this guy at Devin Jamieson anywhere and everywhere. Vimeo.com/Devin Jamieson for all of his stuff. We want to send a special thank you to our producers, Michael, Beverly Hills, Benicos, and Janae, Why Don't You Make Me, Mercedes, for producing our show.
Sorry. We are Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast. Remember, every one of our episodes is free for download on iTunes.
But most of all, we want to thank you, the listener, because remember, without you, only our mothers would be listening.
Do you really still believe that?
I don't know if my mom...
I don't even think your mom is listening.
I think that she thought we stopped
Gail,
doing this.
please.
She called me yesterday and said, I cooked 75 meatballs for Thanksgiving. She's already started cooking.
I
It's going to take the whole
love her.
month.
I'm coming.
American Thanksgiving.
Right.
No offense, Devin.
Hey, it's okay.
You just had yours.
Yeah.
Who
Yeah,
you
you-
take your
I
country
get to
from?
double up.
On Veterans Day, right?
All right.
We're Nick and Desiree's Infinite Dance Cast.
We'll see you next week.